Appsmith community. I'm thrilled to welcome you to the October Release Jam. I'm Kevin Blanco, your host for today's exciting journey through the latest and greatest updates to the Appsmith platform. Believe me, you are in for a treat. Let me tell you, I've been counting down the days to share this with you all that the Appsmith team has been working tirelessly, and we've got some phenomenal features and improvements to showcase. So buckle up and let's get started. But I have a reminder to make. Right now we are in the middle of Hacktoberfest. Remember, this is a month-long celebration of open source. It's an amazing opportunity for you to get involved, contribute to open source project, and yes, win some fantastic prizes. Just head over to hacktoberfest.appsmith.com and join the action. Trust me, it is an opportunity and experience you don't want to miss. And we have something big coming up for businesses and enterprises. Join us next week for the Appsmith Innovate Conference. It's where the innovation meets enterprise level solutions. And you wouldn't want to miss it. Sign up free at events.appsmith.com. Now, let's dive into the incredible features we have lined up for you in the October Release Jam. First, we got something that's been highly requested by our incredible community. Introducing ESM JavaScript build support. That's right. Until now, Appsmith supported UMD builds of JavaScript libraries, which sometimes made a bit of a compatibility puzzle for our users. But not anymore. For businesses and enterprises, time to market is key. With ESM builds, your development teams can seamlessly integrate the latest JavaScript libraries, streamlining the development processes. It's all about efficiency, and Appsmith has your back. If you want to know more about what the differences between all JavaScript module types are, we've prepared an in-depth technical article in our community portal. You will find the link in the description. But that's not all. We have another star feature going to you and changing the way you build in Appsmith. Behold the power of AI in your Appsmith journey. AI-powered contextual prompts aren't just a convenience, they are a productivity boost for your development teams. Imagine reducing development cycles, improving code quality, and ensuring that your application aligns perfectly with your business objectives. It's like having a team of coding experts at your disposal 24/7. For businesses and enterprise, it is a game changer. These two features alone are incredibly exciting, and I can't wait to show you how they work in action. So let's jump into it. Alright, here I am at Appsmith, and I have this empty application to show you the power of contextual AI. I want to display a list of events, and I have a Postgres database already connected. I need to write a new database query to pull the event data, but let's say I have zero knowledge around SQL syntax. That's totally fine. Let's create a new database query, which we are going to call getEvents. And here we can see the first example of contextual AI prompts. By just typing /AI, we will see this feature. So we click it and we're going to see a way to ask for what we need. We can also see recent prompts, but here I'm going to just create a new prompt. I'm going to ask to get all the events from the events table. And also I want to order these events. I'm going to be using the date field for ordering, and I know that the database field name is date_time. So I'm going to tell it to order ascendantly by that value. And when we're done, we're going to hit enter, and Appsmith AI is going to scan our database and generate a valuable prompt AI. After it's done, we will see that it's automatically putted, and we can say this is an incorrect response to give feedback. But if it looks good, we can use this and we can give it a shot. We can say that basically it's looking pretty good. So if we click run, we will actually see the data results. We see that we have the title of the events, the duration, the location, description, type, and even the host. So this is looking pretty good. By just that, AI generated an SQL query for me. Now I'm going to do the same, but in the UI. I want to display the upcoming events list. So I'm going to drag and drop a new title, and I'm going to name it upcoming events, and I'm going to use the styling to make it bigger and look really nice. I'm going to drag and drop a list component because I want to display the events in a list card format. But I don't know how to bind the data from the database into the UI. That's totally fine. Here we can also use the AI feature. And again, this is contextual. It means that it's going to understand our queries, the name of our JavaScript objects, etc. So I'm going to ask to display the events from the get events and see how it auto-completes. It understands that there is a get events query, so it auto-completes the things that I have. And just by that, it's going to bind the data from the database query into the UI. And indeed, we have 3 events and it's showing 3 elements. All we have to do now is just bind the different fields that I want to display from the query into the UI. Let's start with the picture. I know that there is a picture for each of the events, and now I can see that the picture name is actually picture. So I'm going to use that just to display the name of the image. In this case, I'm going to change from EMG to picture, and there you go. Now the images of the events are displaying. So I'm going to do the same with the other fields. I want to display the title, the date of the event, who the host is, and more information about the events, like the description or the location. Let me do the same with the date here. By just typing date, we can see the autocomplete, and there you go. Now we are showing for all of the events on the list the date of the event. But I just noticed that this date over here, it's actually not readable for the end user to understand. So I'm going to change it to something more readable. But again, my JavaScript capabilities are really low, to be honest. So I'm going to use the AI feature here as well. I'm just type /AI. And I'm going to say, can you format this bind, which is the date field, to something more readable? And by just doing that, Appsmith AI is going to understand the binding that we have, which is a date, and basically format the date in a more readable way. So now we can see the actual date, which is easier to understand for the end user. And there you go. That's another example of how the contextual power of AI can be used within your Appsmith application. Now I'm going to continue dragging and dropping more fields and binding that to a specific data fields from the database to showcase more data. Here I'm making more room in my list to display the description of the event. And again, all I have to do is, now that I learn how to do it, current item dot the name of the field, in this case the description. And there you go. Now we are showing the description of each of the events. I can rearrange things so that I make sure that all of the data is displaying correctly for all of the events in the list. And there you go. I can continue doing this. For example, for the host, I'm going to drag and drop a new field and I can resize the different values so I can put data where I think it fit the best. Here I'm dragging a new text field to showcase the host, and I can type host and then the binding, which again, AI showed me how to do it, and it's current item dot the name of the field, in this case, the host. And there you go. That's all I have to do. I just created an application which is displaying upcoming events, querying from the database, having custom logic and custom binding, and also even formatting the data, and I didn't write any single piece of code. Everything was done by the contextual power of AI within Appsmith. Now we can deploy this application, and indeed, we are now seeing a list of upcoming events. And that's it. That's how you can get the power of contextual AI within Appsmith. Now let's jump to the second example about ASM JavaScript libraries. If we see in the left menu, we will see a libraries section. There we have some libraries that we know you're gonna use, like Lodash, Moment, XML Parser, etc. But you can add custom JavaScript libraries. All you need to do is to know the URL of the GSDeliver library. We also recommend you some libraries that we know a lot of users use. For example, GS2PDF to create PDFs, or some third-party SDKs that normally our users use. I'm going to go to GSDeliver and find a JavaScript library that works for me, because I want to create calendar links for each of the events in the calendar. And here we have this one. This is a ASM JavaScript library. So this is the one that I'm going to use for this example. All I have to do is just copy the URL of the library and go back to Appsmith and install this library. What Appsmith is going to do is register this library and make it available for us so we can use it, for example, on custom logic or a JavaScript object or different other places. And there you go. Calendar link is now available. and we can even see the size of the library. Now let's create a new JavaScript object, and here is where we are going to write a piece of JavaScript to basically create a new calendar link. All I have to do is just go back to the documentation of the library and see what structure data I need to create. I see that I have to create a title, description, a start date, and duration. That's the basic to create a new calendar event. And then I can pass along that information to the Google, Outlook, or Office 365 to create a new calendar event. So I'm going to create a new function called calendar link. And here I'm just going to paste the object that we saw as the return value. So I'm going to say return, and then I'm going to call the calendar link library we just imported. As we see, the name is calendar link, so all we have to do is put the name, and Appsmith will autocomplete the different functions, in this case the Google function. We paste the values from the JavaScript library documentation, and now all we have to do is put these parameters on the function so we can use those parameters to create automatically the JavaScript library. So in this case, I'm going to pass the title, the description, and the start, and also the duration, which is the values that this function requires to create a new calendar link. All I have to do is replace the values from the actual parameters that I'm passing to the function. And that's it. It looks pretty good. No errors are being shown, no debugging aids, everything is looking great. Now all we have to do is put a name on this function. I'm going to call it calendar. So that way we can call this calendar link referencing the calendar JavaScript object we just created. Now let me drag a new icon button. This is the button that the users are going to click to add the event to the calendar. So I'm going to find the calendar icon just like that, super easy, and create a new click option or a new click event. In this case, I'm not going to call the function. I'm actually going to select the navigate option because I want users to navigate to a different page, and I want to do it on a new window. And here all I have to do is just call the function we created, which name is calendar.calendarLink. Again, Appsmith will autocomplete everything for us, and all we have to do is paste the parameters that the function is expecting. I'm going to call current item.title, current item.description, current item.datetime, and current item.duration. So what I'm doing here is grabbing the values from the element that the user clicked, which is current item, and passing the title, the description, the date, and the duration. So that way, when somebody clicks the icon button, it's going to call the JavaScript function, generate the calendar link, and take the user to that specific URL. Let's deploy and test it out. I'm going to click the icon here, the button icon, and there you go. It goes to the calendar event, and there you go. Pilates for Life, that's the name of this event, and it's only a 1-hour event. That's all I had to do to make this happen. And also we can see even the description. And let's test it out with another one. In this case, functional training. And again, this is an event only happening during 1 hour, October 19. I see the description. So this is working as expected. It's passing the parameters correctly and is using the ASM JavaScript library that we took from GSDeliver. One last thing over here, I just noticed that I'm showing events that already happened. So I'm going to again use the power of AI to say, can you display the events from the get events, which is what we did before, but I want to filter only those that have not yet happened. And how do I know that? Well, it's going to use the today's date. So that way, always I'm going to show the events that have not happened yet. And I'm going to disregard those events that already happened. So by just telling this to the contextual AI feature, is now going to filter, is going to generate the custom logic and filter those events that are basically already happened. And now I'm only showing 2 events. We were previously showing 3 events. And that's because one of the events already happened. And there you go. We just built a complete featured application that pulls data from a database, it displays on a list, it has custom logic, custom filters, and a calendar link generation. All of this with the power of contextual AI and also using ASM JavaScript library support, which is something new in Appsmith. I'd love you to try these new features and let us know what you think. They are generally available to all users. Before we wrap up, I want to take a special moment to express our gratitude to the Appsmith community. Your feedback, passion, and dedication have driven us to continuously innovate and improve the platform. This release is a testament to our commitment to making Appsmith the best local platform out there. And remember, Hacktoberfest is in full swing. Don't miss the opportunity to contribute to open source, learn, and with fantastic prizes. Until the next one. Hello everyone. How's it going? That was a really nice update around the new platform features, sorry. Would love to see what you build next with this. Welcome to this special Hacktoberfest update. We are in the second week of October, and I'm really excited to start seeing your contributions. I'm thrilled to have you here today, and I actually have two guests. Joining us is Ron, our head of DevRel, and also Joseph, our master DevRel advocate. Let me pull you guys in. Hello, Ron. Hello, Joseph. How's it going, man?
How's it going? Yeah, I think
Hey.
I think we've only got a little bit of time before we have to jump to other things, but do have some really cool stuff to share. So thanks for having us on.
That's amazing. How's it going, Joseph?
Awesome, man. Glad to be here. Excited about the event.
Nice. So I know you guys are short in time because we have a lot of things to do, but we want to give an update around some of the platform updates on the community portal, some of the point systems that we just launched. We created an article about it, but Ron is going to explain to us a little bit about that and how you can utilize those points because they are going to be really important for understanding who the winners are going to be at the end. It's not going to be the only mechanism for winning, but the points are really important for you to start gaining points and start gaining more traction and maybe win one of the cool prizes. So Ron, let us know what we had new for the community portal.
Awesome. So let me jump in real quick here.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Here we go. So there's a couple things I want to show everybody. First thing that you'll notice is that when we're looking at the content, we can start to actually see some of the ratings that are here. So we have the like. We also have comments now enabled, and you can go in and leave comments, and you'll actually get different points for these. I won't go over all of it, but this article does have all of the different types of points that you can get for visiting, as well as contributing templates, which is part of Hacktoberfest, adding comments, liking, and very importantly, rating. So if you go and take a look at the template, community template library, you can actually see there's a 5-star rating. So this is going to be a great way for the community to help evaluate the quality of the templates, which ones are useful, which ones are good. Go out there and give those a rating. That does two things. One, it does get you some points. So if you don't already have some, it's a great way to go. The other thing that it's going to do is that's going to be how we evaluate which templates are going to be the leaders for final consideration, the ones who have the best rating. Now that's a lot right there, but we hopefully made it a little bit easier. If you go into your menu, your user menu in the top after you've logged in, you can log in with GitHub or Google. As soon as you do that, you'll see there's a new dashboard. And on the dashboard, we have a couple of things. So we have announcements. So you can see the JavaScript library announcements that Kevin already told you about. Hacktoberfest, Appsmith Innovate coming up. All of the announcements will be here. You can also see recent templates that have been uploaded. And so this, if you haven't rated them yet, this would be a good place to go check those out and rate them. As well as see, how complete your profile might be. You might want to go and edit that. Here's a listing of the points, and there's actually a page you can go to look at all the details. And then these are just a bunch of comments if you want to engage or reply to what other people are saying. If you take a look up here, you also have the full detailed list of your points, and it shows you all the points that you've gotten and where those have come from. But as part of Hacktoberfest, one of the big things that we are doing is encouraging people to contribute templates to the portal. Now, there are two ways that you can do this. The easy way, or I guess it depends, it could be kind of hard. If you go to your listing of content, there's a button here to create. And if you do that, you'll have the ability to go in and manually create a template. And this is where you can fill out the information and the fields that are here. However, there is actually a slightly easier way. We've just rolled out, it's a beta feature that's available on the cloud version of the platform. So if you have a template or you have something you want to do, here's actually one that I'm going to be putting out there, not to win prizes, but just to share. And if you go into the share modal that pops up, you'll notice that there's a new tab here called Publish. And when you click this, you can actually publish this directly out to the community library, and just fill out a couple of fields and hit the button, and it will actually publish this for you out to the community library. Now, again, because this is beta, it won't have all of the fields. So for example, if you go and you look, it won't have the category, it won't put in the widgets that you use, it won't list the additional features. So if you want to have a better chance of getting a good score, you might want to go in after you share it from the platform. You might want to go and augment it and add a little bit more information. But it's a very easy way to get it out there. And as soon as it's out there, people can vote and get your ratings. So go create cool stuff and share it with the community.
Yeah, that's a great update, Ron. Thank you so much for all of the effort you have put this week. I know that you have been going through a lot of things in terms of the community portal. And this is not the only feature. I mean, there's plenty of new updates around the community portal. So I encourage everyone to go there. So now that we launched the ability to support ESM libraries, that I think that opens a lot of opportunities. And obviously, one of the Hacktoberfest categories is development tools. And at the end, we'll find ourselves using development tools. And I think this is a great opportunity for you to use any of the libraries that exist out there and put it on a put it on an Appsmith application using those JavaScript libraries and create a development tool for this category. So I wanted to just us to chat a little bit about that. Joseph, Ron, what do you guys use normally? What ideas can you give the community to build something for the development tool category, and maybe spark some creativity for them?
I mean, I can list a couple. Like, I'm often searching for a Markdown to HTML converter and
Right.
back and forth, depending on which platform I'm using and what it's looking for. So that's something I search for all the time. So that would be a great tool. We were looking the other day, and there were some tools for JavaScript or CSS obfuscation, tools for silly things with CSS, like making shadows or different types of button features, gradient backgrounds, things like that. There's some really amazing tools for that. As well as there's all kinds of like validation tools that you can get, like for JSON validators. I use those a lot. We could probably also put a list in Discord
Right.
with some of these as we're finding them. But I don't know, Joseph, how about you? Are there things that you like to use?
Yeah, there's this program I use called DevUtils, and it's just this massive collection of converters. Can search any category. It does CSS, JSON to CSV, every type of conversion you can think of.
Okay.
And if you wanted to build an app like that for your Hacktoberfest entry, you could do something specific like a single use case and make a robust tool for that. Or you could just like build a library of all these converters, and take a single input, a single output pane, and then you can choose which function to run on it. And that's basically what the DevUtils app does. And that saves you from having to, go to some random website and paste in data that might be sensitive, that you don't want to just give to a third party to convert. So you can build your own tool, host it in your own infrastructure, you own the data, and it's a little more secure and it's fun to build. So that's just some ideas for the conversions. If you guys have anything that you're using that you have to do regularly, you can make it a tool to share with the community.
Yeah, actually, if anyone is watching, let us know in the comments if you have any idea for development tools, or just think of the development tools that you search maybe in a day-to-day, how to convert X to Y to C, etc. And that over there is an idea. There's probably a JavaScript library that helps you to do that already. Also, I'm thinking about image manipulation. I know that we're not creative folks, but at the end, I always find myself removing the background of an image. And there's JavaScript libraries that basically understands an image, remove the background automatically, or convert from PNG to JPEG, or put an icon on the top of an image. I don't know, but there's a lot of JavaScript libraries out there to do image manipulation. And I think that could be also another good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also, I noticed, Joseph, that DevUtils application that you like is a Mac OS app. I'm a Linux user, so I couldn't use it. I know there are other tools like that, so I mean they're out there, but that's another cool reason for people to create some developer tools and share them with other people to inspire folks to make their own.
Yeah.
And build your own little toolkit, right?
Right, and it's a cool thing to share on your portfolio in the dev portal too. You know, having that on your page in the community profile that shows other people that you're, you know, technical, that you're familiar with the platform. So if you're a freelancer looking for work, that's a great way to advertise, by showing your work on the profile.
That's true. And actually, that reminds me, Joseph and Ron, that we launched the ability to showcase open for work in the community portal, right? So that just launched a couple of days ago. But now, if in your profile, if you select that you're open for work, you're going to showcase in the directory as open for work, and also in your comments and everywhere. So that's also a great opportunity in case you're maybe looking for a new gig or trying to expand your no code and low code network. So if that's something you're looking for, make sure to do it in the community portal, right, Ron and Joseph?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So that's the idea. The concept is that the portal is a place for us to share information with each other, share tools, give feedback, give comments, and connect with other people. So if you're a consultant or you're somebody who's looking for a job, that is a simple flag you can edit your profile. It'll show up everywhere in the portal. So on content that you've created, on your templates, on your comments, on your user profile, in the directory listing, everywhere. So definitely one of those nice little features that we're going to keep adding to and keep building as the portal evolves.
That's great,
Kevin. I'm unfortunately I've got to go. So I'm gonna have to drop
That's
out
fine.
here.
Yeah, that's okay, Ron. Thank you so much for joining us and showcasing the new features on the community portal. That's going to be definitely great for the community to start gathering in and start joining the community portal. We embrace everyone from Discord, and if you're on the chat, go and create your community portal platform account if you haven't. It's totally free, and there's a lot of resources over there. Thank you so much, Ron. See you in the next one.
See you, everybody.
All right. Joseph, are you also dropping for your probably a lot of calls today?
Yeah, full day. I got a few more minutes though. If there's any questions in the chat, or if anybody wants to jump in, I know there's a lot of ideas that we're throwing out there for Hacktoberfest. If you've got something that you're not sure how to do, if you have an idea but you need help, feel free to ask in Discord. If anybody is now that wants to ask in the chat, go ahead, or just follow up with us later if you need a hand.
Yeah, sure. If everyone's watching live and want to ask something, let us know in the chat. But if not, you can always find us on Discord, in the community portal. Now that we have comments, make a comment on any of the posts. We will be definitely happy to answer over there. But if there's no questions right now, I think we can start closing up this live streaming. Thank you everyone who joined. First of all, go and check out the release jam features we announced. Create an Appsmith application, start using AI in any of the different layers of Appsmith. It could be on your data source to get data. It could be on your JavaScript logic. Even if the JavaScript object creation, you can ask AI, I don't know anything about JavaScript. I need to create a function that does X, Y, and Z, and AI is going to build that for you. Or also AI on binding data on the custom JavaScript logic at the widget level. So that's one of the cool features that we got, and also obviously ESM JavaScript support. So that's another whole world of opportunities that opens. You can bring any library into Appsmith, and I can't wait to see the different things that you guys are going to build. So with that, Joseph, thank you so much for joining. Thank you everyone in the community who joined today for this update. Please let us know in the comments or let us know in Discord and the community portal if you have any questions. And yeah, we're ready to start getting your templates in the community portal. Can't wait to see them. Make sure to strive the best you can, because the prices are great and there's only one for each category. So we'll love to see you winning and receiving one of the packages. So with that, thank you so much, community. Thank you so much, Joseph. I hope you have a great day. And I think we're cutting short here, right?
All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Bye bye. Take care.